Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm gonna teach you how to drive a manual car. Number one con of driving a manual, for example this one, you're already on control brakes. But again, don't, and I think that's it for. In my last video, I talked about the pros and the cons of driving a manual car. If you want to watch that video, just click on the link at the description box below or click on the video suggested at the upper right corner of the screen. Now let's go on to the pros. Okay, and that's it. I think that is all for the pros and the cons of driving a manual transmission car. So let's get with the basics. So I'm gonna use this new 2021 Suzuki Espresso. This is a manual transmission car, and there is still no automatic transmission for this kind of car. Now you need to know that there are actually 3 pedals of a manual transmission car. This one, the first one on the left, is actually the clutch. The clutch has the full control of your gears, and at the same time it has control over your acceleration. The second one in the middle is the brake. Yes, this is actually the brake, so whenever you want to stop or to halt, you just need to press on it. And at the rightmost part is actually the accelerator. You can easily identify that it is an accelerator because it has a different padding compared to the clutch and the brakes. This one is actually the gears. Yes, it's very small, and actually this one, there is a label here. It serves as your guide. So when you want to shift to gear 1, you need to pull the gear stick to the left and then move it forwards. But you need to remember that before doing that, before shifting, always remember it is always accompanied by a clutch. So every time you shift your gear, you need to step on the clutch first. Okay, so clutch first before shifting. So step on the clutch. I am already in this one, I am on first gear, so I just need to move it to neutral. So if I would want to shift to first gear, I am already stepping on the clutch, as you can see. So shift to first gear, like that. Then shift to second gear, then shift to third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and then reverse. This one is reverse, the back. Then back to neutral. Never ever shift the gears without stepping on the clutch. Why? Because it could damage the gears, and at the same time it could damage some parts of the engine. Another thing to remember when you are going to brake, yes, this one, you can actually just press on the brakes whenever you just want a partial brake when your car is running. But if you want to totally stop, you need to step on the clutch first before you step on the brake. But actually both can interchange. You can just step on the brake first and then step on the clutch, as long as if you would want to stop. But if you just want to partially brake just because you want to slow down the speed of the car, you can just press the brakes. But make sure that before you stop, you have pressed on the, you have stepped already on the clutch. The reason why you need to step on the clutch before you full stop using the brakes is that in order for you to prevent the engine from turning off. Yes, because the clutch is really an important part of a manual transmission car, because if you will not be able to step on it, the car will just turn off. The only time that you don't need to step on the clutch is by the time when you are on off gear. So when I say that you're on off gear, that means that you are on a neutral mode of your gears. For example, this one, you're already on neutral mode. So there is no need for you to step on the clutch anymore, because you don't need to be afraid that your car will just turn off, because you are already on a neutral mode. So there is no need anymore to step on the clutch. However, when you are on gear, let's say for example, when you're on first gear, like this one, and then you need to, like, let's say stop. You need to stop your car. You need to step on the clutch first and then brakes. But again, both can interchange. You can press on the brakes and then the clutch. But make sure that whenever you step on the brakes first, you still got a lot of time to step on the clutch before the car turns off, because pressing on the clutch will prevent your car from turning off. You also need to remember that when shifting gears and then stepping on the clutch, you must step on the clutch 100% full. Like, you shall not step on it just like say for example partially or what, because your gears would not be able to fully shift whenever you don't step on the clutch 100%. So make sure that you have stepped on it 100% before you shift gears. Now guys, the reason why I told you that you shall not, in order to prevent your car from stopping, like unintentional stopping, you really need to step on the clutch before your car turns off. And that only happens when you are on gear. So when we say on gear, that means you're not on neutral mode. You're on first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, or fifth gear. Because there are times whenever you don't step on the accelerator, then your speed will gradually slow down, and then if you will not be able to step on the clutch, then that would result to the engine of your car will unintentionally turn off. Like, even if you don't want to turn it off, it will turn off if you will not be able to step on the clutch. But actually you can feel that. You really need to feel your engine. You can actually sense that your car is about to turn off whenever the engine is already like somehow shaky, like there is already that like an earthquake feels of your engine. So by the time that you can feel that, then you need already to step on the clutch and then brakes in order to prevent your car from turning off unintentionally. But when you are on neutral mode, you don't need to worry about stepping on the clutch or not, because whenever you're on neutral mode, your car will never turn off unless you would want it to turn off intentionally. I only advise that you put your car on neutral mode whenever you're about to stop, because there is traffic or red light, and then whenever you're parking. But it is not advisable that when you are accelerating or when your car is running, then you put it on neutral mode. That is not advisable, because that is also dangerous. Yes, because you might forget that you're on neutral mode and then you try to step on the accelerator, then your car wouldn't accelerate. So in order for you to accelerate, you need to put your car on gears. Like, actually it would really be nice if you are practicing it in actual, because you would really understand what the heck I am saying right now when you're already on practice or when you are doing the practical one. Yes, because you couldn't really imagine on the things that I'm saying. You couldn't somehow fully understand or fully comprehend it because you're not on doing it practically. So these are just theories, these are also tips, but I really do hope that you can put it into actual practice. Okay, so the very first thing, like right now I am on parking mode, so I would want to start my car. After turning on the engine, the very first thing that you need to do whenever you would want to accelerate your car is to put it always on first gear, except when you are on a downhill. So for example, you're stopping on the downhill, right? So your car is like this, you're in the downhill. Stepping on the brakes, you would want to go forward. But because you're downhill, there is already that gravity pulling you down, and then your car will already start rolling by itself. So you wouldn't need anymore to put your gears into first gear because the car is already starting. It is already rolling. So you can just directly shift to second gear whenever you're on a downhill. Okay, like for example, I'm already turning on the car and then I'm on neutral mode. Handbrakes is on, and I'm actually on a steep hill, guys. I'm stopping on a steep hill, and I would like already to move forward because I'm on an uphill. In order to prevent the car from rolling backwards, I need to step on the brakes because I am planning to put down my handbrake. So right now I am stepping on the brakes in order for my car to prevent from rolling backwards, and I'm on neutral mode. Since I am on neutral mode, there is no need for me anymore to step on the clutch. So I am only stepping on the brakes. Again, I would want to move forward. First is step on the clutch in order for you to shift to gear 1. So in order for me to move forward, in order for me to go, I need to transfer my right foot to the accelerator at the right so that I could move forward. Again, I'm already on first gear, so you can see gear 1. So in order for me to do that, I need to do balancing of my left foot and my right foot. I need to transfer this one, and at the same time I need to step on the clutch on 50%. So that means I need to, like this one, this is already the biting point. So I'm doing the half clutch, guys. So need to move forward, transfer my right leg. Like that. And then stop. Okay, let's already start going. So I'm from a stop. Step on the clutch, shift to gear 1, and then half clutch. Let's shift our right foot to the accelerator in order for us to move forward. More power while shifting to third gear and also more speed. Now I'm stepping on the brakes because I would like to slow down my speed, and because my speed is lowering down, I need to shift again to second gear in order to balance it with the engine power. I'm already on second gear, and I am about to on a hump, so like that. engine power within this kind. Going downhill, there's no need for me anymore to step on the clutch or the accelerator because I'm on engine brake. Go on third gear, shift to third gear. And that's it for this video, guys. I really do hope that you learned something. Just a quick tip from me: don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on how to drive this kind of car, because driving a manual car is a set of skills that needs to be continuously improved. And how would you be able to improve that? And that is through constant actual practice. At first it would really be difficult because you still need to think on what to do next. Like for example, during my first time driving this kind of car, when I was still learning, it needs a lot of time for me to think on what to do next. Oh, how would I shift the gear? What would I do next? How would I stop? How would I step on the clutch? And so on and so forth. But then later on, as you constantly practice on it, then your senses are already automatic. You don't need anymore to think on what to do next, because your body, your senses are already automatic on switching, shifting the gears. All you need to do is just to focus on driving, and then let your foot, let your arms, let your mind do all the thinking, and then just focus on the road. And please don't forget to like and subscribe this channel for more videos soon. Thank you, and ta-ta!